here I am.
Got my tripod. I'm ready. Crossing onto the dock. There's the creepy owl. Hello, creepy owl. Hoot hoot to you. And this is my ride on this lovely morning. Let's go hit the 7 seas, or at least a couple of them.
Web. This is why you wear a hat, folks. Nothing else. If you got nothing going for you stylistically, it can help block walking into spider webs. Pro tip.
Paddles are good. And last but not least, for when I inevitably capsize, the vest.
Boom. And now I'm gonna put on my life vest because I definitely am not that confident of my skills should there be a water evacuation. I just need a little push. Totally capsizing. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm at my parents' lake house, and needless to say, I am quite enjoying their new toy, their new mode of transportation. I actually used this a week or so ago to paddle to a park. There's a little park like an hour that way. How cool is it to be able to get somewhere by boat? By kayak is technically the right term, but by water. Like what a twist on all the travels I've done. Not by car, not by plane, not even by train or by foot, but by paddle. I'm gonna attempt to take the camera on the open waters. Famous last words.
Man, we are really testing fate right now. I also have to be careful, not only not capsizing, that's the first thing. That is the most important thing, is not capsizing. But the second thing is, as I'm paddling, it kind of drips. Like there's a lot of drippiness. So another thing I want to avoid is dripping water onto said camera. That would not be good either. Maybe it goes without saying that I don't think cameras and water go well together. But I'm gonna attempt to get some distance between me and the dock. And I've got some thoughts, because y'all know me. I always got the thoughts. So let's go for a paddle. Ron Swanson would be thrilled. Gotta get a little further if I want that middle of the lake, abandoned at sea feel that I'm really shooting for right now. Like, is it just me, or is that like a secret fantasy that I have, to be lost at sea or stuck in an elevator? That's a big one. You know, it sounds really gruesome and it sounds demented and it sounds awful, but even like a plane crash, as long as we crashed on a deserted island, preferably a lost island, preferably no deaths, no fatalities, and preferably, 100 people who are meant to be best friends. Like, is it so wrong to ask for that? Oh yeah, we're starting to see more H2O in a 360 sense. I mean, technically I was surrounded by water as soon as I shoved off from the dock. It's starting to become a little more pronounced. This lake is huge. I'm never gonna be in the quote middle of the lake because this lake is absolutely gigantic. Look at it on Google Maps, Google Earth, or Waze. I think that'll do it. I'm so grateful for this season of my life right now because, truthfully, this is an apt metaphor. Truthfully, my life feels like being lost at sea. I don't have a home
currently have all my stuff in storage as it's been for the last 3.5 months. Number 2, I'm still figuring out where I'm going and when. As I've been running out, it's been on my mind to run back to Asheville, the Jewel of the Blue Ridge. And for all I know, that's still the plan, but I don't know. I'm realizing it's super daunting to commit, to look left and right and all around and be like, well, better get used to this because this is my scenery for the next 365 days. Wait, is it leap year next year? Because if it is, then that's 366 days. Dang. Yeah, I got back to Asheville a couple weeks ago and tested the waters, the metaphoric waters, and visited some apartments, and there was 1 or 2 that looked cool, that looked possible, potential. But yeah, for whatever reason, they just didn't pan out. So as I've been struggling to find a place to live, I've been doing lots of things. One of the things I've been doing is taking some deep breaths and not rushing into things, because the last thing I want to do is rush into my next living situation and just doing it because that's what society says. Society says I can't wander indefinitely, that I need to start paying rent again or get a mortgage. Heavens to Betsy. I can't even fathom a mortgage. But society says that I'm supposed to do that I'm supposed to have all my things in a place that I'm paying for that's not storage. And F society. Like, I still feel like being stable is a good thing. It's something that my heart wants. But yeah, I'm also not going to be miserable for a year living somewhere that I don't want to live. 3 months ago, I thought I would be somewhere by now. That my poor things in storage would be able to breathe again in the life of my presence. But that hasn't happened, and I'm not rushing into it, and I feel good about that. Because in the meantime, I'm staying pretty productive. I'm trying to get back into some physical rhythms running again. Also recording an audiobook. I'm finally recording my book for running too, so that's exciting. Long overdue project there. And I don't know, in the meantime, I'm doing a lot of listening. A lot of listening. I posted a video recently on my Instagram story of me just kind of paddling across this lake and letting a song that's gripped me the last several weeks play in the background. It's a song by Chris McClarney, who has such a distinctive voice. I've loved his voice from the first time I heard it years ago. It's raspy, it's kind of deep, and yeah, several of his songs have hit me the last few years of my life. And this one, probably more than any other Chris McClarney song, I'm Listening, is just grabbing me, because we all enter those seasons of life where pivotal things are happening. We're on the doorstep of a new chapter, like a totally different chapter from all the other chapters that preceded it. And I've had 3 or 4 of those transitions in my life to this point, and I feel like I'm on the next one. I'm on the precipice of yet another one right now. And gosh, like, I actually don't want to like misquote Mr. McClarney. But the essence of the song is I don't want to miss God's voice in this. Like, what am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to hear right now? And am I being quiet enough? Am I stilling my soul enough to actually listen and hear? Not necessarily a definitive, like, move to this place or sign the lease on that apartment. Nothing necessarily that's super specific, although maybe. But honestly, just to be able to listen for, yeah, what is the call? What is the call to courage in this next season? Because I know my life over the last year has been defined by a call to courage, doing what I feel in my soul is the right thing to do again and again, not just one decision, but decision upon decision. And I feel like that call remains as I step into this next chapter. Like, what am I supposed to do, God? And what do you want to teach me, and how do you want to use me? And so honestly, as soon as I hit the record button to turn this thing off, I'm just going to sit out here for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 45 days, and I'm just going to listen. There's a lot of birds and cicadas, and there's some geese over there, so I'll hear lots of nature, that's for sure. But as I prepare to paddle away from this place, it's my hope that I'll hear something else, and that as I go back to Asheville today to make some more rounds,
that, yeah, with every paddle and with every mile, I'm getting closer and closer. I'm turning another page, and I'm getting closer to this next chapter, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. It's a hope, but it's also a confidence. Like I know I'm getting closer, and gosh, God, give me the patience to not miss this moment of availability and quiet. God, quiet my soul, because I need that. So from the middle of Lake Hartwell, Georgia, South Carolina is like right there. This is Tom running out. Travel well, my friends. Let's listen, shall we?